What's up, guys? In this video, we're talking no-call close, which means selling agency services for $1,000 to $10,000 a month without actually picking up the phone, without actually talking to people, done entirely through video. And when you guys do this right, it will create a phenomenon, what I call inbox hunting, which is you go into your inbox, you see payment notifications, and you go, I wonder who just paid me 10 grand for this, or I wonder who just paid me 5 grand for that. And you have to figure out and sort of reverse engineer the process, which in my mind is pretty fucking awesome. Tell them, Rick. Woo! 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 For those of you guys who don't know me already, by the way, my name's Frankie Finn. I wrote this book, this best-selling book for agencies on Amazon, which you can find all over the place. I've also built 3 of my own agencies up to 100-plus clients, and also have helped people, thousands of them around the world, to help grow this whole more beach, less laptop kind of agency, lifestyle agency. So let's get into the no-call closing. So this is going to be totally awesome, and I hope for some of you guys you'll get your mind blown that you can actually sign clients without chasing and without selling them. And in fact, it is actually easier. I had planned to draw this all on the whiteboard for you, but my toddler's a little fucker and dried out. All my markers went into my office, and I just found out now. So hopefully you guys can see kind of my little bit of faded notes here. But I wanted to share this with you guys because a lot of times if you're selling agency services and you want to go phoneless and actually sign people, there's a tendency to think, well, I'm struggling with selling phone calls. How the hell could I get anybody to buy it through video without even talking to me? And I want to tell you guys, it's actually easier. And to illustrate this, there's a real story. So one of the things I do down here in Mexico, take my family glamping. It's like fancy camping. For those of you guys who haven't done it, often you like do it on the beach. And for us, it's super cool because I have young kids. I don't have to pack a tent, all those things. And last time, I went and contacted 4 places. Now, in Mexico, they don't have like a booking system on the actual website. So you have to actually like message somebody, and you have to go through a sales process, and you have to like text people over WhatsApp. So I contacted 4 different places, and I asked the same question. Do you have Saturday and Sunday available? First place got back to me in 15 minutes, and they said, yes, we do. And then they sent me 16 digits, and confused me, went, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do with these 16 digits? And they said to me, what you need to do is you drive down to Oxxo, which is a convenience store chain down here, and you give them those 16 digits, and then you can pay your bill. So in my mind, I live in the middle of nowhere on purpose. I would have to drive to go to a money machine. Then I would have to drive again to Oxxo. Then I'd have to stand in line with my broken Spanish. And those are a lot of hoops to jump through, and I didn't do it. Second place got back to me in 20 minutes, like shortly after the first one, and they said, yes, we're available. And they also said, here's how you can pay. And one of those options was PayPal. I paid the bill, and we went for a glamping retreat. Third place took a day and a half to get back to me, and I just never bothered responding. And the fourth one of those places ultimately just never responded at all. So I say this to you guys because a lot of you guys may not realize this, but you have potential clients who would just only buy your stuff if they knew how much it is and you allowed them to get it and remove the amount of hoops. In fact, truth be told, if I didn't have to talk to anybody at all and I could just book it through the website, I would just do that. Like, why have to actually get on the phone with somebody and do it? And this is how busy, successful people make purchasing decisions in general, and they don't want to be coerced into it. So there are really 2 parts to this no phone close. I don't know if you guys can actually see my notes or if they're too faded, but I'm hoping you can pick these up. And there are 5 parts to this. And the first part is the actual, what you're doing on a video to replace a sales call. Now, I just have taught this process to like literally hundreds of people every day. Somebody tells me, holy shit, it worked. I closed somebody without a call. I just had 2 of them actually this morning where people messaged me. One guy's like, hey, I closed $4,000 in deals. So really, this is the fast forward as a sales call. So I don't know if any of you guys have done a lot of sales calls like me. I've done probably at least 1,000, probably closer to 2,000 or 3,000. I've done like more than a few in my day. And what ends up happening is you hit the same milestones. And the first milestone you reach in a sales call is essentially people wonder, what is this thing? What is this about? What is it that you guys do? They'll ask you it all kinds of ways, but what they're really asking you, what is it that you guys do? And the best way we found to answer that question in a video is not with words, but with a picture. And there's really only 3 kinds of pictures you can do. You can either show people a picture of a problem they have, you can show people a picture of a result you can generate, or you can show those 2 things together in a before and after, as weight loss has been sold for 1 billion years. And so I found for most of you guys, the easiest thing to do is show a picture of your lead. So for example, like if you're generating leads for somebody, show an actual lead that filled out a form and take a picture of it and say, we bring you people like this. Hey, this is a kitchen remodeling job. Somebody filled out the form. You have to go contact this person. You have to drive to their house. You have to give them an estimate, and you're going to close a percentage of those. Show a picture of the result you generate. Now, the second thing they wonder, if you show somebody a picture of something they want, there'll be like a visceral lizard brain, hey, I want that kind of reaction. And the second thing they will wonder is, that seems interesting, but I wonder if that would work for me. And so we found the best thing to do in video is simply to say, it will work for you if, and give 1, 2, or 3 binary conditions. So like, for example, if I was doing this with personal injury lawyers, I'd say, you have to have a phone team in place. You have to be able to call back leads within 3 minutes. If you have that, then yes, this will work for you. Okay. The next thing they wonder in that sequence is, that sounds interesting. Wonder how it works, right? And so the best way we found to answer that is simply in 3 to 5 steps, lay out for people exactly how it works. And so I'll give you an example of somebody I helped with. They were running campaigns, email campaigns they were doing for restaurants. And one of the things they did is they help them sell out birthdays. Now, restaurants like birthdays because a lot of people come in, they spend a lot of money. It's a high value thing for them. But of course, they wonder how it works. And they said very simply, we set up a thing on the middle of the tables at your restaurant, which gives people a chance to opt into an email list. Then we found statistically 1 in 12 of those people will have a birthday that month. So we simply give them a free dessert or a free appetizer, something free to come in and celebrate their birthday. And they often bring a lot of other people they pay with them. So there's an example of a 3 to 5 step plan. It's a restaurant didn't know how they were going to get birthdays. We laid it out in a couple of steps. And again, it helps to show those with pictures, not words. So if you can show an insert that you show at the table and you can show an example email you're going to send, because most of our stuff is abstract, intangible. It's not like a whiteboard where you can pick it up and touch it or a book where you can hold it. The opposite, it's something they need to kind of imagine. And so the more you can show them with pictures. Now, the next thing, this is the piece everybody hides behind, but they wonder, and you'd be amazed at how many sales calls are just them wondering, how much is it? How much is it? And so we found the best way to answer it is just to tell them, but a very important thing that most people miss is contextualize it with what you're going to get side by side. So if I say to you, for example, hey, there's a car for sale, it's $5,000, that ain't a deal. That ain't a ripoff. It depends a lot on the kind of car you're going to get, right? So if I say, hey, for example, it's a $5,000 car, and for that you're going to get a 1972 used Hyundai, it's rusted and the engine doesn't run. Well, now you're getting ripped off for $5,000. But if I say to you, I have a brand new Porsche 911 Turbo, and I'm selling it for $5,000 because my wife cheated on me and I want to spite her. And if you get down here immediately, the first person who gets here is getting this $250,000 car for $5,000. And let's pretend for a second that it's real and it's legit. That's a steal, right? Like you should run down there and get your $5,000 together. So what's very, very important is whenever you mention price, contextualize, just add this magic phrase, the price is blank, and for that you will get and list a typical average outcome you would get. For that, you're going to get 50 to 100 inquiries each month when the SEO is finished, or whatever it is that you help them generate. And the last piece sounds very, very simple, but we want to tell people how to get it. Like a lot of times we assume that they just know, okay, I'd like to get it, I'm in, what do I need to do? You need to tell them, click this button, fill out this form, do this action, and you need to be very, very clear and specific. I want you to click the button below, I want you to fill out the form, and then you're going to enter in your credit card information, and then after that, the first thing you're going to see is our onboarding form. We got 10 questions for you, and that will be the next step for getting started. So just a quick recap of that. They wonder, what is this thing? Will it work for me? How does it work? How much is it? And how do we get started? And so we're simply, by selling through video, we're going to do a sales process in Fast Forward. Now, I'll tell you why this is so damn important. I'm hand waving. It's that serious. Why is it so damn important? Because Video U has infinite leverage, meaning it can be a 24/7 sales beast, even works on Christmas. If every time you make an offer, it requires an hour call, you're just gonna make a lot less offers. But if Digital U can be making offers all the time, you're gonna actually sell far more stuff. And here's the crazy thing. More people would rather watch a 5-minute video, which means if 10 people are willing to jump on a call with you, at least 100 are willing to watch a video for the same thing, especially if that video is short and to the point and describes what it is. And so that even though video 1 to 1-to-1 probably doesn't convert as much as calls, we get 10 times the inquiries. Meaning, like, if I get 100 people to my video and 15 of them buy, and you get 10 sales calls and you convert 8 out of 10 of them, well, you still only had 8 people and I got 15, right? So it's really, really important to understand people would rather be sold this way because there's less hoops to jump through, there's less friction, there's less high pressure selling. So I'm telling you this works better. Now, I want to give you a piece that I think is also equally important is people do not understand that conversion also happens everything before somebody gets to the actual offer. And I'll give you guys a big secret. This is called pre-selling. I learned this from a mentor of mine, Travis Sago. And one of the things he says is, if people will buy into your plan, they'll buy into the thing you're selling. So in very simple terms, let's say you offer a Go High Level Review service or a Go High Level Review SaaS. Well, pre-selling content that would make sense is showing people the benefits of reviews and how to get them. And then you say, well, I got this tool that'll just make your life 1,000 times easier in getting that process. But before they even got to the offer, you have shown them the power of reviews. And so they're bought into the big idea, the plan, before they get here. Let's give one more example. Let's say, for example, you do SEO and you believe it's the best way to generate leads in your niche. Well, you want to explain to people why SEO is the best way to get leads and everything that works about it, and why search is the highest quality traffic they're going to get in their business before they get to the SEO offer. And so when you combine these two things where you pre-sell an idea through just sharing valuable information about your plan or your process or how you get people results, and then you do a sales call and fast forward, the typical output of all of this will be one of two things, is that people will just simply say to you about 50% of the time, they'll just say, I'm in. How do we get started? What's next? What do you need from me? Idea sounds great. Where do we go from here? Those kind of responses. 50% of the time, they'll say, I got a question or two. And if you actually still want to do sales calls, you can still do sales calls, but these tend to be the 5-minute sales call instead of the hour-long convincey. They'll say, hey, I saw your thing, I saw the price, I get the details, I get the offer. The only thing is, I'm just wondering, here's my situation. I'm in a small town. You gave a lot of examples of big cities. Would it still work in a small town? And almost always they're variations of the question, will it work for me? So if you combine those things, you're really doing everything you would accomplish in a sales call. You're still hitting the same 5 milestones. People have really, really basic questions. And then you're also pre-selling your main methodology. And by the way, you guys are looking at it right now because I actually have a course that teaches people how to close on Loom videos. And of course, I'm giving away the ideas for free. And then obviously a percentage of you guys will say, well, it would be really, really faster, or it'd be much easier if you help me with the implementation steps. I'm interested in buying your course so I can also get like a critique and your help to dial this process in. So you guys are actually seeing this process in action, which is pre-selling the idea of closing on video. Now, I obviously really believe in that because it's just been game-changing, life-changing for us to not have to be 24/7 prospecting and selling hard, because digital me now has replaced all of that. But I want you guys to have that process in place. It comes from the magic of putting out stuff that is valuable to your audience in terms of ideas, and then really just helping them to have an easy to say yes to offer, which is putting stuff out that is all about doing this better, faster, easier, and with less mistakes. So hope you guys like that. It's been a total life changer for us. I'm able to close deals and hang out at the beach, be with my family, because digital me is the one closing stuff. I get sales come in at 3 in the morning from people in other parts of the world and things like that. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and much love to you guys, and may the force be with you. Guys, if you like this video, you're also going to want to grab some free bonuses, which you can get at our website, Beyond Agency Profits. To make it easy for you, I've put the links to it in the description of this video, as well as pinned in the top comment. And we've got a couple of awesome things. This is what you'll get after you sign up. You get some of our best training, how we're closing clients over Loom videos, how we sometimes sign clients that is not a misprint for under $5 US, how to demonstrate your value in like amazing ways, trainings, how to have your clients write the best copy of your life, how we're closing without phone calls, campaigns that we've generated for clients that have done over $100,000, as well as scripts you can use to get conversations going with clients in under 10 minutes. All you got to simply do is go there, enter your name and email address, and then this is what you'll see on the other side. So if that's interesting to you, make sure to click the links below, and I will see you on the other side.